Summer. Long hot days, balmy evenings, long walks with the family. But as dog or cat owners, what do we need to know to make sure our pets are happy and healthy during the summer months? I'm television and wildlife presenter Steve Backshall, and I'm joined by PDSA vet and television presenter Paul Manketelow. And this here is Twinkle, and you've got Keo there, haven't you?
I have, yep.
What kind of things do we need to do, particularly in the summer, to make sure that our dogs and cats are happy and healthy?
There are certain dangers that we need to prepare for. So I think that the key one with dogs is actually heat stroke, and exercising at the hottest part of the day in midday can overheat really quickly. So it's really important that if your dog does suffer from heat stroke or is likely to, that you only walk them really early in the morning and really late at night where it's a bit cooler.
I suppose hydration is also a key element with heat stroke as well, isn't it?
Absolutely, and making sure if you are going on long walks that you do take a travel water bottle and a bowl to make sure you can rehydrate them. It's particularly important for cats as well, especially elderly cats and obese cats that don't tolerate the heat as well. If they are going to lay out in the sun, which cats often do, make sure they've got plenty of drinking fresh water around.
Now, I'm guessing that if it was the middle of the summer and I was wandering around barefoot on concrete patios and things like that, that my feet would suffer from the heat. Do we need to be careful of the foot pads of dogs and cats?
Yeah, especially with dogs, if you're out walking them, you've got to remember that we might have, you know, kind of footwear on that protects us from the hot roads and tarmac, but dogs don't have that. So it's important if you are taking them somewhere where you're walking them on hard ground that you make sure it's not too hot for their paws, because they can burn. Classically,
summer is the worst time for parasites. How can we particularly be vigilant around about summer months?
You've hit the nail on the head there. So we're outside a lot of the time. The dogs particularly are outside and mixing with other dogs in environments like parks and playing outside and things. And also the cats are out a lot more as well, and particularly if they're hunting a lot. So parasite burdens do go up in summer, there's no doubt about it. So, you know, it's the key time really that that you are protecting your pets regularly, and I would say for fleas that you need to be protecting them, you know, around once a month, and for the worms and intestinal parasites every 3 months, especially over these warmer periods.
And how do you do that, and how will you protect against it?
So the key thing is getting a good product recommended by your vet. In dogs and cats, you can get flea combs from your vet, and you comb through the coat. You might not see the fleas themselves, but if you comb anything that comes out of the coat onto a piece of white paper, you can often see little dark spots. And if you spray water onto that, if it's flea poo, which invariably is, it'll go like a reddy brown colour, which represents the digested blood in the poo.
Okay.
So that's a real surefire way to test for fleas if you can't see them.
Paul, where will dogs and cats mostly pick up fleas, ticks and worms during summer months?
Dogs particularly, if you imagine a local park where there's a lot of dogs visited on a daily basis. Cats, as I say, they generally wander around wherever they want to. So again, the long grasses and as I said before, hunting is particularly you know, a source of infection.
That's fantastic advice. Thank you very much, Paul. That's it from Paul and I. Enjoy spending the summer outside with your dog or cat.